Hello everyone, and welcome back to Who's On First. I am John Who, aka JWhoFself, and today we're just going to go into the special ladder. It is Friday, and the June International Challenge has actually started already, so this is just a pre-International Challenge battle, a set of battles, I guess, and we're going to stick with the Shedinja team, even though I have put another team in the battle box. We're going to save that for later, perhaps after Nets. And no changes really. I have been toying with some things, but for now we're going to stick with what I have in the game, which is the same as last time. And I did end up to get into the 1800s on a short other testing phase that I did the other night, so we are in the 1800s. We're going to pick up Giancarlo, 1760. The United States possibly has already finished his International Challenge battles, because I think most people probably want to be doing that instead of this if you haven't already. He's going to be running a Palkia Groudon team, which is something I haven't seen to great success since Aaron Zhang used it against me in New York in the very first, or like one of the earliest Premier Challenges of the season. So he's going to be running something similar. Trick Room, Palkia, Bronzong, Thundurus, Salamence, Groudon, and Kangaskhan. Now there's a few differences here, such as lack of Landorus, which is pretty interesting because Landorus does like to be in this type of team. To handle other Groudon. And if I had Lapras, I would definitely bring it here. But I don't have Lapras, unfortunately. As for his ways to hit me, he only has two, and that is the Salamence and the Groudon. So I am feeling pretty comfortable bringing Shedinja to this battle. So I think I'm going to lead Whimsicott and Gengar, the standard lead here. And then I am going to bring Kyogre and Shedinja as well. I would bring the Xerneas, but Bronzong and Groudon together don't give it a very good time. Even though I have a pretty okay time against everything else. Kyogre, at worst, thunders the Palkia, and Ice Beam still hits pretty much every Pokemon. So I think I'm going to go with this setup. There's no reason to change it up, so let's go into it. Good luck to my opponent. And let's see where we take this game. Okay. He's going to be leading off with the Groudon and Bronzong, so pretty interesting. Not really sure what he wants to do, but I am pretty sure that if this is the case, that means he must be the physical Groudon, which means maybe no Eruption. Of course, he could be mixed, so we have to keep that in mind. But if we... What I'm going to do is I'm going to fling into Groudon here, and I'm going to get up sub. The reason I'm going to do that is because I can Encore lock his Bronzong into Trick Room if he decides to do that. If he doesn't decide to do that, then I am not in Trick Room, so there shouldn't be any reason for me not to go for this move right here. What I could also do is switch into the Kyogre, which would be kind of risky since I feel like he's going to go for the Precipice Blades. Oh, but wait, I'm flinching him, right? Oh, but I'm not flinching the Bronzong, so if he gets up Trick Room, then it's bad. So I am going to go for this play, the Substitute Fling play. It's a free substitute, unless he Gyro Balls me, but then he doesn't have Trick Room up, and I can Encore him into it. So he's actually going to switch his Groudon out. Kind of interesting. He's going to switch it out for the Thundurus. Okay, so that's pretty interesting, too. So possibly flinging the Bronzong would have been better. I'm not sure why he switched Groudon, though. There really shouldn't be... You shouldn't be afraid of the Gengar. Maybe he's afraid of Hidden Power Water memes. That could be the thing. So I'm going to be revealing this tech a little too early, and it's not going to do anything since he did switch that slot out. But I am going to get the Substitute up, and now I have trapped in his two non-Megas, and he is going to Gyro Ball, probably into the Whimsicott. Yes. Please knock me out. Thank you. Okay, so that's good for a number of reasons. That means I can get in my Kyogre right now. Yeah, I can get my Kyogre in right now. Take any attack his Thundurus wants to do. And then Origin Pulse, Shadow Ball. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think he can stop me. I think, at best, he can do damage to the Kyogre and then knock out my sub on Gengar. But if he's Trick Room Groudon, that means I'm going to be able to come back in and Origin Pulse him later. Unless he has the Palkia. In which case we might be a little bit in trouble because the Palkia can also use Trick Room. So let's see here. I'm going to get this Primordial Sea up. And I'm going to go ahead and... Maybe it's better to not attack this turn. No, he won't attack. I think we just need to get his Bronzong out of here, because if he can get his Bronzong out, then I can have the weather advantage and win the weather war. And Origin Pulse should knock out the Thunderous as well. There shouldn't be any way for him to avoid that, unless he's somehow bulky enough for that. But the Fling did so much damage. And normally Fling doesn't do a whole lot of damage, especially with King's Rock. But we'll see. He does end up attacking with his Thunderous, so that's good for me. Maybe breaking my sub. Shadow Ball is going to connect and do a lot of damage to the Bronzong. Thunderbolt going to go into my Kyogre, so he's not going to break my sub. I'm going to be able to keep it. He's going to do a lot of damage with that. Maybe a Life Orb? Oh, critical hit. Okay. And Origin Pulse is going to connect, thankfully. And going to knock out both his Pokemon, hopefully. Yes, knocking out both his Pokemon. So now I have this Kyogre with the speed advantage on his Groudon. Let's see here. What can we do? Oh, he's going to have Kangaskhan. Okay. Kangaskhan and Groudon. Okay, very interesting. Very interesting to see this combination. You don't see it a whole lot. I was expecting Palkia to be in the back, but I guess not. I really don't know why he didn't bring it. The Thunderbolt crit kind of matters here. I really dislike having the damage here. So what I'm going to do is probably Protect here. Sucker Punch is going to break my sub no matter what, though. Yeah, that'll be fine, I think. Yeah. I think it's fine in this scenario because Shedinja comes in and doesn't take any damage unless he uses Eruption or Fire Punch into my Kyogre, which he shouldn't, I guess. He should just P-Blades and hope it hits, probably. Kangaskhan can't do a whole lot unless it's Scrappy, and even if it is Scrappy, it still can't hit the Shedinja, so... Gonna bring in the Shedinja now. He's gonna Mega, so good for me. Good news. Ooh. I might need to, like... I just need to take care of the Kangaskhan and I should be able to win. Unless he's not even Trick Room Groudon, which would be pretty interesting. Especially since he has a Bronzong and a Palkia. He is going to go for the Fake Out into my Kyogre slot and Erupt. So he does have Eruption. Very interesting. So now how do I deal with this? I guess I would... Okay. I'm going to confuse his Groudon. Maybe confusing his Kangaskhan would be better. Yeah, that crit kind of sucks now, because now, see, if he didn't crit me, then I would have burned the Kangaskhan, and then he wouldn't be able to knock me out, would not be able to knock out the Kyogre because of the burn. But now, since he has it, he can. I'm going to go ahead and Sludge Bomb the Kangaskhan, if I can get it out of the way. He's going to Sucker Punch, though. Which is, of course, what you want to do. Gonna be doing a little bit over half there. Sludge Bomb gonna come out. Maybe I can get a poison or a crit. Okay, I am actually faster than the Groudon, which is Trick Room. And that means if he hurts himself, we could be in good. If he doesn't, then we could be in bad. And he doesn't hurt himself, so it looks like we're gonna be able to lose this one. Unless, no, he's full health, right? So yeah, I'm definitely gonna be able to drop. I'm definitely gonna drop this one. Well played on my opponent's end. I guess he was just so afraid of HP Water memes that he switched out his Groudon in fear of it. So I guess I'll have to keep that in mind when playing Groudon players, that they think I have HP Water, which I guess is a fair assumption. I have a Kyogre and it's Gengar, so I'll keep that in mind. Of course, if his Kangaskhan is slower, I don't think it matters, because he'll probably have Sucker Punch. What could I have done there? I could have protected Kyogre first and Sludge Bombed Kangaskhan. Hope for the poison. No, I don't think I could have. No, I don't think... I'd have to hope for poison, and then I'd have to stall out his Kangaskhan. So yeah, I guess I should have just protected the Kyogre on that turn. Good game to my opponent, though. Well played. And the Thunderbolt crit, again, kind of sucked a lot. I would have definitely been able to win had I not got crit with the Thunderbolt. But sometimes, you just don't win against the hacks. The RNG beats you, so... Not to discredit my opponent, though. He did pretty well. Making good plays there, here and there. Not going for Trick Room on turn 1 was probably one of the better ones. Though... Maybe I should have just flung the Bronzong. Yeah. I think in the future I'll probably just fling Bronzong. But we'll take a loss for the first game, and we're going to move on to the second game. For today. Drop back into the 1700s, but not very much. Let's see, if I had switched in my Shedinja instead, I could have trapped him for a while. But then he taunts me, right? So then I can't really trap him, per se. Well, maybe I should have. Okay, we're going to pull Supito from Japan with 1862, so pretty high on the ladder. Gonna be running Big 6 with Crest. And that means I just run the same thing and hope he doesn't do anything about it. Or hope he doesn't know what he's doing against the Shedinja, so that is our plan. This is our game plan. We're gonna stick with it. A pretty easy decision on my end. This is what I usually bring. They can't really... The only lead that is favorable for them, in any sense of the word, is the Salamence with Smeargle. And even then, they have to make the right turn 1 play in order to actually gain an advantage against this kind of team. Since I will, if they don't do anything, knock out one of their Pokemon in turn 1. And then I will just start stalling. So, let's see what happens. The game plan here is to knock out Man's turn 1 if he leads it without Smeargle. And otherwise, I just fling something at something. Yeah. He really has to lead Smeargle and Salamence to actually have any kind of pressure against this team. So if he doesn't lead that, which I have found that most experienced players do, in fact, lead that. And we are going to see Salamence Groudon. So not exactly the same thing. But it is applying a lot of pressure. So he's going to apply pressure with his offense instead. Let's see here. But I don't think that matters. Let's see, he probably erupts here, if I am correct in my assumption. No, maybe he doesn't erupt. Maybe he just goes for the P-Blades. In that case, I'm going to go ahead and Moonblast Shadow Ball his... Moonblast Shadow Ball. No, because if he switches in Smeargle, I want to be able to catch it. So I'm going to Moonblast Sludge Bomb him. Yeah. Moonblast Sludge Bomb. He's going to switch that Groudon, so... if he doesn't protect his Salamence, then he's gone. And if he does, then it's not too great, because then I just lock him into it. He's going to go ahead and Mega the Salamence. And he's brought in the Cresselia, so perhaps his last is Xerneas, perhaps his last is Smeargle, but it's probably the Xerneas. And Moonblast and Sludge Bomb is enough to pick up the KO on this Salamence. Alright, so good. We pick up the turn 1 KO on this Salamence, which is good as one of my only threats to the Shedinja. And once he brings in the Groudon, I can start doing some nasty business. Nasty, nasty business. Okay, so he's going to bring in that Groudon. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to fling the Cresselia and sub here. Yeah. Ooh, no, 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 no. I think I'm going to fling his Groudon in sub here. I'm going to Mega Sub, actually. The reason I'm going to do this is because now I can force him into choosing a Fire or Ground option. If he's Trick Room, he'll get it up, but then I just stall it out. And he has to go for a P-Blades or an Earthquake. Or Earthquake. Precipice Blades. P-Blades or Fire move. I was thinking Eruption. My bad on that one. So, let's see what he does. He's going to not protect on anything, which is, of course, what you want to do in front of a Whimsicott, because that is not what you want to be doing. I'm going to get the sub. And he's going to be using Icy Wind, so excellent for me, because that means I'm going to keep my sub for this turn. Is that a critical hit on my Whimsicott or a critical hit on my Gengar? No one will ever know, because, nope. No one ever knows. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to Encore his Crest into that. And I'm going to start working on this Groudon. Let's see, his Groudon outsped his Cresselia as well, so that means I'm not taking a lot of damage from it. Actually, I'm going to protect here, then. Because if I can get his Crest Encored into Icy Wind, I can bring in my Kyogre and just eliminate both of them. I have no fear. Yeah. If he's Mental Herb, which I highly doubt because it is Icy Wind, then I will be able to... Then he'll be able to Trick Room out. But I don't think he has that. If he does, that's cool, but I feel like that's counterproductive, since Trick Room and Mental Herb is usually the combo you want there, and not if you have that. So he's going to Precipice Blades. Pretty simple, straightforward, standard tactic. And with the Icy Wind, we'll probably knock out my Whimsicott. So please come out and knock out my Whimsicott. Yes, thank you. Okay, so now what I do is I bring in the Kyogre, and Kyogre should be able to take P-Blades no matter what, and his Cresselia cannot skill swap or do any of those kind of shenanigans, so I feel relatively safe in going for this Origin Pulse. You can't switch, such as the power of Shadow Tag and Trapping in general, which is always good for me. Very comfortable with this playstyle. Primal Reversion, gonna put up that rain. Now what I could do here is Protect to scout, Protect to stop his Protect, because he might want to slow me down. I'm going to Shadow Ball his Crest. Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to do that. We can also attack if he's actually faster than me, if he protects. If he doesn't protect, then I just lose my sub and I get a speed drop with the Icy Wind, which is not a big deal. So he's going to protect, and he's going to be faster, so the Groudon is faster than me, confirmed. However, I have Protect on my side as well, which will stop the Icy Wind from slowing me down further. Stop any extra damage too. Shadow Ball is going to do a good chunk. Oh, really? Critical hit. So, not very defensively invested, since I've recently seen only 50% of damage from Shadow Ball. So maybe all speed and no defenses. He's going to have that Xerneas in the back, which is a problem for him, since I have the Gengar still behind a sub as well. And the Groudon can't do a whole lot after I Origin Pulse him. So, Sludge Bomb going to come out for the Xerneas. And he's going to forfeit. So, knowing that he can't put up Sun anymore, and that I just one-hit KO'd his Cresselia, although, to be fair, it didn't have much of a chance of doing anything. He would break my sub, and after he broke my sub, he would not be able to live another hit from either of my Pokemon. And he would still be locked into Icy Wind. So really, I don't think there was any way I could lose that. Unless I just missed my Origin Pulses all over the place. Which happens, but I think I had that game sealed up. And he didn't want to play it anymore after seeing that crit. That's what I understand. So, we're about to hit 20 minutes, so I think that's going to be it for this episode. I would go into a Game 3, but sometimes we stall too long, and then it turns this into a 35-minute episode, and I don't think you want that. So, yeah, I think Tuesdays and Fridays is a pretty good upload schedule for me, so I will probably be uploading Tuesday and Friday. You can find that on my Twitter once I make that tweet about it. I'll pin it. And if you enjoyed this episode, please leave a like, show your support, spread the word. I'm pretty new, so I don't get a lot of attention, but hopefully we can grow this channel together, and I will see you guys later. John Who, out.